Well, hello, Joshua. What's up? Happy Saturday. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Saturday. I don't even know if that's worth it. Hey, Montana. Welcome. I am. I'm gonna wait for YouTube, I guess, to send out. Hey, April Showers, to send out. I guess it is sending it. Hey, April Showers. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I just thought we would pop in for a little bit today, not doing nothing. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be right back, y'all. Hang in there. We're waiting for people to come in. I'm gonna give them a few more minutes, and we could just start our conversations. We're gonna talk about a little bit about everything this afternoon. I missed last night, so I had to come back today, and just talk about it. I'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, Joshua? What's up, April? How y'all doing today? Y'all better talk back to me now. That's good, Josh. How about you, April? You ain't gonna leave me hanging talking to myself, man. How you been doing? I ain't seen you in a long time here. Welcome back. Welcome back. You too, Josh. I've been doing great. I've been doing good. It's getting kind of a little chilly down this way on the East Coast. It's kind of getting a little chilly outside. Getting prepared for the fall/winter. I see you have a channel too, April. I had subscribed it to your channel. So whenever you go live, I'm gonna come out there, you know. Well, yeah, I know we in fall, but down in South Carolina when it's fall, it's still in the 80s, in the late 80s, early 90s, um, in the fall here usually. It don't usually get cold till after Halloween. And sometimes it don't get cold in, like on our Thanksgivings here, it be uh in the 80s here or the 70s here for Thanksgiving. Okay. That's where I'm at right now. I'm in Columbia. Hey, Bridget, how are you? Happy Saturday to you too. I want to talk about something, man. It's a guy in South Carolina. He was the oldest death row inmate that was still living in death row or whatever. He been on death row for 42 years. He was convicted of killing a woman back in 1983, and he's 81 years old. Uh, he's 81 years old. He died this week from natural causes, so that could be a heart attack or anything. And you have the people, the public. The public is going crazy about him dying from natural causes. But yeah, you had the internet going crazy about him dying for natural causes because uh, they felt that the state should have handled him out, took him out before he was able to die from natural causes on his own.
It's better for him to die not natural causes than to have them do it.
That's what, but the people mad because they saying that, hey, if you are sentenced to death row and if they had reasonable doubt to prove that you was the person who did it, your death row should be carried out within a year after your conviction. And people complaining saying our tax dollars fed him for 42 years with free lights, free food, everything for free, just for him to die on his own instead of the state. So it's a lot of controversy. Even churches getting involved, getting into it with the public, talking trash to the public, the churches.
Is he in South Carolina?
Yes, he in South Carolina.
Mm, that's crazy. To me, I would have rather him, and I'm sure his family too, to have him die of natural causes than to have them to do whatever they do to
So
take him out.
so now everybody mad that he beat the state to the punch.
Anyway, that's crazy to me. Bridget said, I saw that article. He was incompetent and couldn't understand anyone. All he said was yes and no to his lawyers. Is that him, Montana?
That
Is
probably was him. I was just reading the people comments and I was like, dang, these people crazy, bro. And they talking about they Christians.
Yeah, that's
You
crazy.
know, at the end of the day, God judge where your final place should be.
Yeah, I agree. So anyway, welcome Bridget, April, Josh, of course, you man, Montana. I'm so glad that y'all are here on this Saturday. I was a little bored and I didn't come live last night, so I wanted to come live today. But before I get started, I want to shout out my girl Cardi B. Happy birthday, Cardi B! It's her birthday today, and I'm so excited. I also saw this article about Cardi B where she had an interview and she was talking about how she doesn't feel bitter about her divorce anymore, about Offset anymore, that she was in a dark place. She was even in this big mansion all alone by herself. She was crying, but she has moved on and she's in a better space and she just don't have any hard feelings again. Now we know when it's time to break up, divorce, whatever, it's not easy. Especially when you got 3 kids involved. So I'm glad to hear that it's her birthday for one, and for two, she has moved on. Dang, I need to be with you, BFF. So anyway, that's Cardi B. I'm just excited for her. I also wanted to talk about Nelly for a little bit. So Nelly, there was a altercation with a bodyguard. Hold on, let me get over here to it. Oh, there it is. There was an altercation with a bodyguard that said that this overzealous security guard claimed that there was some shoving going on. And so Nelly denied a Missouri security guard claim that the rapper shoved him. The entertainer reps tells us that Nelly was stunned to receive a summons for a 2-month-old incident where an overzealous guard blocked his path and invaded his space. Nelly guided him aside with a minimal contact and no harm. Management later apologized and welcomed Nelly back to, it was at a casino. welcomed him back to the casino. And on September the 4th, prosecutors filed a misdemeanor assault charge against Nelly. His real name is Cornell Haynes. The charges stem from an incident on way back in July when the Missouri State Highway Patrol responded to a call at 8:45 p.m. A security guard at Amistar Casino called the police over an incident with Nelly. The security officer stated he wanted to press charges and was on his way to the Missouri Gaming Commission office to give a statement, the officer wrote in the report. The document noted the security guard was not injured. Per the report, the security guard claimed he asked Nelly, who was 50, to show his player's card at the casino. Nelly allegedly responded that he did not have his card and proceeded to enter. The security officer stepped in front of Nelly to get him to stop and informed him he could not use this entrance go through that entrance without a card. Nelly pushed the security guard officer and entered the gaming floor. The report alleged Nelly shoved the guard in the chest with his right hand, balled in a fist, and proceeded through the turnstile. U.S. obtained a copy of the security footage where Nelly and the guard can be seen interacting. The video appears to show the guard coming extremely close to Nelly before he walks into the casino. So a hearing has been scheduled for October because Nelly pushed the bodyguard, didn't hurt him, just kind of moved him out his way. And I think that this bodyguard is just wanting some money. I think it's about money now. But like, do y'all think that like celebrities just think they can do what they want to do? You know, the protocol is that you have to have your card, you got to show it before you can go through that turnstile. And Nelly felt like, I don't have my card. I told you I don't have my card, but I'm going through this turnstile anyway. What you think?
I don't think him thinking that he's a celebrity, he do what he want to do. You have regular people that do the same things. You know, some people feel in their mind that they're entitled. So
yeah. Hey, Bad Bunny, my neck and my back. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like this. Like, you gonna file a whole lawsuit because he kind of pushed you out, moved you out the way, and the police report said that you did not get hurt. So I think it's I think it's a money grab right now. I don't say that a lot, but I just feel like
it is a money grab. You're a grown man and you worried about a push. You
a
suing
little
for a
push
push.
that didn't hurt you, and now he got to go. He's filing charges. So this month, Nelly will be in court, filing law, having to pay, you know, lawyers and all that to go through this minor incident.
Where he go buy him a little Band-Aid or some Neosporin for his little scratch.
That he didn't get. He just kind of pushed him out the way. Hey, Bad Bunny, welcome back today. Thank you for stopping by on this Saturday. Also, Nelly has been a judge feels like Nelly should be repaid. They mad Nelly is. I bet he do. He be spending massive money too. So he should have just let him in. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being partial, but I think he should have just let him in. But also there's an incident where Nelly, the judge says Nelly should be repaid legal bills for a baseless lawsuit over country grammar. So the case, which the rapper's attorney called ridiculous, had no chance of success, and the lawyers who filed should be punished, a judge said. So the judge said, whoever filed this lawsuit against him, like, y'all need to be punished. Throw this mess out. So they dismissed it, and I believe that Nelly will be getting his money back off of that lawsuit. They said a federal judge says Nelly should be reimbursed for hefty legal bills he spent defeating a baseless and frivolous lawsuit filed by one of his former Saint Lunatic bandmates, whatever that was about. So he got a win on that side. Judge said throw it out, give him his money back, and now he got to go spend some more money because this bodyguard got a little shoved to the side and he went on in. So yeah, that's Nelly. I think it's ridiculous.
This why I don't get, right. So if the bodyguard is suing him for pushing him, right? So as a bodyguard or your personal security that's on your detail, if I'm in harm's way, if I'm in harm's way, it's your job to push me out of harm's way because you're my security, right?
Right.
So can I sue you for pushing me out of harm's way because you pushed me too?
Right. So then
I
what
mean,
happens? What happens with
what
that?
happens then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
like with Secret Service, when there's something going on with Trump, they push him down and get on top of him to make sure he's safe. Just like the same thing with his detail.
Yep. That is crazy. So y'all tell me what y'all think about Megan Thee Stallion. Like overall, what do you guys think in the chat about Megan Thee Stallion? Like I feel like there's a lot of people that hate on Megan, and made it worse even after her incident of claiming she got shot in the foot, right? But what do you really think about Megan Thee Stallion? Like, is she fire? Like, do people listen to her? Is she relevant? Which I would say yes, she is fired. People are listening to her. That's my opinion. What do you guys think about her?
I didn't hear about her in a long time, so
Yeah, I
I
think
think that
Megan
was
Thee
the
Stallion,
last time I heard about her.
I think she's fired. I think that people really like are on her about how her dress, the way she dresses, and how she exposes herself a lot in the way that she dresses and her fashion. But I feel like she's a fire rapper for a woman. I think she's real bubbly and nice. You know, I just don't feel like I don't see why people hate her. But nonetheless, Megan Thee Stallion received a mental health champion because she's all about mental health. She received a mental health champion of the year award from the Trevor Project in 2025, which was this year, for her advocacy in raising mental health awareness, especially for the BIPOC and the LGBTQ communities. She is the fifth recipient of this award, joining previous honorees like Dua Lipa, I don't know who that is, and Little Nas. The award was announced on World Mental Health Day. So she did receive that award, and Megan said that, I like Meg. Me too, Bad Bunny. Meg said that she was excited about that award because she wants to use her platform to, focus on mental health awareness. And I think this very relevant. I think mental health is an issue across the board, And so, I mean, I thought that was a big deal for her to win that award along with Lil Nas. As we know, Lil Nas is also inpatient right now in a mental health ward indefinitely. Don't know when he's going to get out. So I thought that was a good thing. Yeah. So Montana, do you look at politics much?
I only look at certain things like,
So go ahead.
but I stay on point most part.
You still what?
I
Oh,
stay on point most part.
okay. Bridget says she has a fire comeback to Nicki Minaj for messing with Cardi B. Listen, people are just. I think Nicki should have just not, because there's a lot more people that's going along with Cardi B, and I have not heard the comeback to Nicki Minaj for messing with Cardi B. Cardi B, my girl, so I have to hear that. I can only imagine. Because Nicki Minaj came and made the Stallion as well. So I would have to. I'll be interested in what she had to say on that. But anyway, so I feel like as far as politics, like I stay away from them. But like there has been like government shutdowns before, and I had a show this morning that talked about this. And usually I just like go with the flow, whatever. I don't even pay any attention. But this particular shutdown is kind of caught my attention because really what a shutdown is that they can't agree on some kind of bill being passed to have the funds to support it or whatever. And they have to have 60 people to make this vote right, so that the government doesn't shut down. And they wasn't able to do that. They're saying that it's and it's all about this health issue where health uh, insurance is the premiums are way too high, is what the Democrats are saying. But they're saying that this has nothing to do with that. That the administration that is in place right now, which is the Donald Trump administration, that they don't care about health. They're all about the upper class people. So my question is, the reason I asked you, Montana, is if Donald Trump wanted to, could he not open the government back up, because it's affecting people? And it just caught my attention because flights are being delayed or canceled. People are missing their paychecks. People are being furloughed. People are being fired. If he wanted to, could he just, like, as the president, open the government back up?
No, he can't do that because the United States have policies and procedures and laws they have to go by, and that was a law that was being introduced since they became their own private government. And the rule is they got to have the amount of votes to pass that bill and come to agreement before it opens back up.
So basically, all he does is sign it once they have the agreement.
That's all he do. He don't have no say so. It's all up to Congress.
But here's the deal. The reason I ask is because he do what he want to do anyway. So why not break that rule too?
I mean, because that's an obvious rule that the whole world would know and they can use against him.
I can see that. I see that.
One thing about politics is it doesn't matter who is who is elected as president. When people are elected as president or any kind of leadership position, they coming in with their own vision of how things should run. Everybody. So with your, even if you was elected, you have your own vision how you think things should run. And you're gonna have people that's gonna disagree with how you think or how you run things. You're gonna have people that's gonna agree. And no matter what you do or whatever things that you or whatever things that you choose to do within your administration, it's gonna affect somebody. Either it's gonna affect the middle class or the poor or someone. No
I
matter
agree
what
with
you do,
that. Yeah,
somebody's going to suffer from it, from your
right.
decisions.
Yeah. And I think that's just period. That's just going to happen. I was also like paying it. I was also, my attention went towards Letitia James, who has been indicted. If we look at the history of just recent history of people that's been fired, indicted, every single one of these people are Trump's enemies. Don't we believe that he has a hand in indicting these people and causing these issues for these people losing their jobs without any explanation? Because they're saying it has nothing to do with him. But do we believe that?
Uh, I can't say, um, but I think when some heat is on him, somebody got to be the downfall.
Yeah. Now,
I
and
think
we
a
know.
lot of his, I think a lot of his dirty dealings that he does, somebody has to be the downfall, and those people are just the downfall.
Is it
They
because
just
they speak up against it when he know he's wrong and they speak up against it? I know for
no.
Letitia, she is the one that got him indicted.
But the thing about him is, allegedly, when he do things, he cover up his tracks. And I feel like the other people that get caught up behind his wrongdoings, they don't cover up their tracks very well that he does. So when they come to him, they don't have nothing on him to really charge him with nothing, only but the people that's the downfall, man.
But yeah, he's a convicted felon.
I mean, you couldn't hide your tax records.
Hmm.
That's going to follow you for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So I wanted just to read this really quick. New York Attorney General Letitia James has been criminally indicted on federal charges by a grand jury, which Donald Trump can't stand her. James, who led led the civil fraud investigation against Trump in 2023, just 2 years ago, was indicted on charges of bank fraud in the Eastern District of Virginia in Alexandria, according to court documents. prosecutors accused James of alleged bank fraud and making false statements to a financial institution regarding a mortgage loan for a house in Norfolk, Virginia, the documents state. In a statement, James accused the president, who recently publicly pressured prosecutors to file criminal charges against her. And if we saw the form, there was a document where none of the prosecutors signed it. Only Lindsay Hilligan signed it. But anyway, this was of a desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agency to do his bidding, all because she did her job in the New York State Attorney as a New York State Attorney General. She said these charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear his only goal is to political retribution at any cost. So anybody that crossed him, they're going to have to face the music. James Comey, Letitia James, who's next on the list? The facts and the laws in this case are clear, and we will continue following them. So basically what they're saying, what happened was Letitia went and she bought a home, and supposedly on the contract and then for the bank, she said that this home is her primary dwelling, right? Which we found out that the house was for her niece, for a niece. Now, if she said it was for her own dwelling, her main dwelling or whatever, and it was for her niece, I'm not sure why she just didn't say for her niece, because you can go buy your family stuff if you want to. So if that's what you're getting it for your niece, why wouldn't you say that? So it has to be more to it than that. And I just didn't understand how that worked. Impeach him. Impeach him now. Find a way to impeach him. But it's just, I'm sorry to get off and jump to everywhere, Montana, but it's just that it feels like they know he's wrong and they are not doing nothing about it. They got so many people that are going along with his stuff that nobody is stopping him. They know it's wrong. He wrongfully fired people.
because at the end of the day, his people is running the administration. You know, the Republicans got the House and the Senate. They won everything, so of course he's going to do everything he want to do.
And they let them. They let them. So it's
See, the last time when he the last time when he got impeached is because the I think the Republicans had the House and the Democrats had the Senate. And you know, when you pass bills, it goes to the House, then the Senate, then he signs it.
Right.
So the Democrats had the Senate, so that's why they was able to do the things that they did to him. But now they ain't gonna be able to touch him.
Because it's Republican. They don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it just feels like the reason I bring it up is because everything that even people that voted for him to be in office, I've spoken to several of those people who said they felt like they made a mistake because they didn't see this coming, that Donald Trump is just doing whatever he wants to do. It doesn't matter about people's livelihood, their health, none of that. Barack Obama had put in place some health insurance, affordable health insurance, so that everybody could have health insurance. And then he comes and snatches it away. And no one's able to stop that. So basically, that's what the shutdown is about right now. A big part of it is because of the health insurance and the premiums and how expensive the premiums are, where people can't afford it. And so they're saying that the United States is we're one of the countries that are paying the most or the highest premiums and dying younger than other countries because people can't afford the health insurance to get the service they need. And allegedly care. Because at the end of the day, he gonna have insurance.
There's a lot of stuff, in the beginning when he was raising the tariffs on the other countries. I was rocking with him on that. That was needed to take place because you have, other countries, they got their cars over here. You got Mercedes, you got BMWs, All these cars over here, Lamborghinis, all these cars over here selling, making hundreds, and what the average car, what the Lamborghini, what $300,000-$400,000 or $250 million, and then when that currency get transferred to their country, that's $1 billion to them, or billions of dollars to them that they making out the United States. They making billions of dollars a day out the United States of our people buying their cars. But if you go over there to their countries, you don't see no Ford F-150 or no Ford Expedition or no Chevy Silverados over there.
Right.
But y'all charging us this much money to sell y'all cargo over here.
I mean, I get that part. I understand that part.
And I understand that one.
Yeah, I get that. I'm talking about people's health and livelihoods and taking their jobs and their money, and they got mortgages to pay, and they have notes to pay, and they got family to take care of, and you fire them and you say you're fired and never give a reason for why you're firing somebody other than you just don't like them.
See, I think this what it is, and this is my theory. I believe that a lot of these businesses and stuff, they going out of business because they can't afford to run the business or hire employees because their insurance or whatever. And then you got people losing their life because they can't afford no insurance to go to the hospital. So when they die in debt.
Right.
So now they properties and they properties and land and all that goes to where they take it, or the tax people take it or whatever. So when
Yeah.
when the government takes it, his rich people, his high class people could buy these properties and develop their companies. That's a way to take control over land and property
It's crazy.
because it's the most valuablest thing on earth.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe. That's what it is. What it's about. What government is about.
Because I was thinking my theory. I'm like, why does the government shut down? Listen, we're grown people. We can't come to the table and negotiate and come to a conclusion where now on the 15th, when the 15th come, your U.S. veteran, your veterans and all the VA, they're not going to get paid. They're not going to have a check if it's not open by the 15th. Why? That's the stuff that matters to me. Now, as far as him wanting to put stuff in place for a crime, like I'm all for that. Like I'm okay with that, but I'm talking about other stuff like health, people's health that concerns me, like people that be able to see a doctor, and then like and so since they're not doing that and they're not able to buy insurance, they can't go see a doctor. So that's why the healthcare is the health professionals are going out of country to serve people because they make more money in the other countries. And so it's so understaffed here because no one's getting the right amount of pay that they should be to service people here.
And then another thing is, I don't
We're the
see
best
why.
country.
One thing I don't see what's a big deal about it is because the insurance companies should be straight. You got people that pay hundreds of dollars a month in health insurance, and most of the people who pay that type of money don't even go to a doctor.
True, but they're covered in.
Yeah, paying it for no reason. They ain't going to no doctor, no nothing. And they just collect them free money every month.
Yeah. It's crazy to me. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we can give our opinions, but
and
go ahead.
And to be honest with you, my dad one of those type of people. He don't go to the doctor for nothing. If he gets sick with the flu, he believe in the taking some medicine and laying down or whatever, doing what he do till he get better. He not going to no doctor.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that.
And he been doing this for years and years since I was knowing, you know what I'm saying? They're calling him daddy.
Right. Yeah.
He'll
So
go
ahead.
Only time people go to a doctor is when they really, really in pain and they got to go through a surgery. And the doctor said they got to go through a surgery or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time you'll see people really go to a doctor.
Oh no, because if I feel something wrong, I'm going to the doctor. My pinky hurt. I need to know why my pinky hurt. Tell me why my pinky hurt. So it just, I guess it's to each his own, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are struggling with the fact that they can't get insurance because they can't get a job because they're sick. So they can't take advantage of the insurance through an employer. So they're sick. So then people lose their lives because they don't have affordable insurance. My 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. All right. All right. All right. Let me go back. All right, so I'm not sure how many of y'all watch Real Housewives of Potomac, right? But I'm going to talk about this really quick. Real Housewives of Potomac, the Wendy Osifo, I don't know how to say her last name, and her husband has been arrested on fraud charges. And I think this is about 16 charges that they're the same charges, but it's 16 of them. And so I think it's like 16 different people maybe they committed this alleged fraud on. But let me just tell y'all a little bit about this. So I'm not sure who watches reality shows, but I do. I don't think you do, Montana. Anyway, Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osifo, whatever, and her husband Eddie were arrested this past Thursday in Maryland after being indicted by a grand jury for allegedly falsely reporting a home burglary and theft. And they are doctors and lawyers. They're a doctor and lawyer. This couple, one's a doctor, one's a lawyer. So I'm just really confused as why. But anyway, Wendy, 41, faces 16 charges related to making false, misleading information fraud and making false statements to an officer, court records show. Her husband, 41, faces 18 charges for the same crimes. Attorney information was not listed. So a spokeswoman for the reality star said she and her husband are back home and in good spirits. They are grateful for the outpouring of concern and support from friends, fans, and colleagues, and they, alongside their legal team, look forward to their day in court. At this time, they respectfully ask for privacy as they focus on their family and legal process ahead. Deputies were called out to the couple's Finksburg home on April the 7th, 2024, for a report of burglary and theft. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office said. The sheriff said they allegedly told deputies that they had just returned from vacation to find their home had been burglarized. The couple said the jewelry. Oh, this is why. The couple said the jewelry, luxury goods, clothing, and shoes totaling more than $200,000 were stolen. Were stolen from their home. Now, during the investigation, the sheriff's office said that the detectives found that Wendy and her husband had returned roughly 20,000 of the alleged stolen items to the stores where they purchased them. Oh my gosh. Detectives also found images of one of them wearing jewelry that had been reported stolen after the burglary took place, according to the news release. So a search warrant was issued at the couple's home and they were taken into custody Thursday. They were released on Friday after posting bond. Wendy has appeared on Bravo's Real Housewives of Potomac since 2020. Her husband, who often appears on the show, is an attorney and founder of the cannabis brand Happy Eddie. Bravo did not immediately respond. So basically, if I would have read further, I would have known. Basically, they reported a burglary to their home falsely and said things were stolen and must have gotten some insurance money from those items, but yet was wearing the jewelry, had went to the store and returned the items and still got money from the insurance company. So I guess that's what they're going to be fighting in court. So if anybody was interested in that, if anybody watched reality shows, that's what happened to them. I was wondering why the 16 counts, but I guess it was just the amount of items that they had. All right. So I think That's all I had on my list for this afternoon. I just wanted to come briefly. Anything else, Montana, you got? Oh, about the guy that busted out of the jail. He's a
Oh yeah, I said that
six-time
to you.
murder, six-time, yeah, and went to Atlanta and was staying in this man's basement, has been caught. And they asked him if he wanted to be extradited. He was like, he waived his he waived extra to be extradited. What was his name? Cole? What was it?
Something Glover. Um,
Yeah, let me see.
something gloves or Glover. You see his identity change,
Hmm.
where he was working in Walmart trying to get a job working.
All right, yeah. So listen, so 10 of them escaped the jail, right?
Yeah, he was the last one that.
And yeah, and he was the last one they got. So they said they escaped through somehow they moved the toilet or through the hole of the where the toilet was on the wall or something. But they all escaped from New Orleans and he ended up being caught in Atlanta. It
No, he
said,
had a person on the inside. One of the female guards helped him,
oh,
and
it's
she the one, and that's who she was. And that's who he was. That's who was taking care of him when he got out. And I guess she mad and they got in an argument, and she told and collected the reward money.
hey, so it seemed like I seen her do a video or something about it. And she was like, he was so fine, but yet she didn't want to turn him in because he's so fine or whatever. But she was really like low key needing that reward money. So I don't know, but it says a month-long search for the only Louisiana inmate still on the run after an audacious May jailbreak ended Wednesday when authorities say they found him hiding in a crawl space between an Atlanta home, bringing the last of the 10 escapees into custody. Derek Groves is his name.
Yeah, Grano something
Yeah.
goes.
And he's only 28. It's young. Derek Groves was convicted of unaliving and facing a possible life sentence before the inmate escaped through a hole. See, escaped through a hole behind a toilet in a New Orleans jail. He had the most violent crime record of the group, and authorities offered a $50,000 reward for tips leading to his capture. That's what I thought they said, how he escaped. A SWAT team spent hours searching the house for Groves after obtaining a warrant, Deputy U.S. Marshal Brian Fair said. They couldn't find him. They had to deploy gas. They had to deploy gas multiple times into the house and basement. Based on how long it took a seasoned, well-trained SWAT team to get him out, he had planned to hide for a while. So he was like, I ain't going back. They gonna have to catch me. I ain't going back. A police dog eventually located him, Atlanta Police Deputy Chief Kelly Collar said. In video provided by the department, Groves, shirtless, shoeless, and shackled at his wrists and ankles, blew a kiss and grinned at the camera as he was led into the police car. It said several people appeared to be helping Groves and could face charges for aiding and abetting. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Muriel said at a press conference Wednesday, adding that Groves is scheduled to be in court in Georgia, which was day before yesterday, for a hearing on extradition, which he waived. So where he was, the home's garage door was collapsed inward as the police blocked off the scene. The brick house on a sloping lawn surrounded by trees is in a neighborhood beside Tyler Perry Studios. Dang, one of the nation's largest movie production facilities. And inside the home, police also found a pistol and 15 pounds of marijuana. Literally, all I know is the alert from the city of New Orleans saying he was arrested in Atlanta. The other 9 inmates were recaptured within 6 weeks. So he when he escaped, he was not going back. He said he wasn't going back. So the dog finally found him, but they said this experienced SWAT team took them. It was so hard for them to get him because he had a plan, that if somebody came for him, how he was going to hide out. But they can definitely get aiding and abetting charges if they were helping him and hiding him and they know about it. So that's that.
Yeah, them CEOs be falling in love now.
I guess I heard that.
And
So anyway,
I believe she gonna get charged too.
I think so. It's then they're going to charge him for aiding and abetting. That she shouldn't been holding him, knowing they looking for him, and
So she
all of
could
the
cancel that 50,000.
huh?
She could cancel that 50,000.
You can cancel that. She ain't getting that. So anyway, y'all, I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day. It's a good Saturday. We had some rain yesterday, but it's pretty outside today. So I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
I'm about to watch
And
Jackson State homecoming game. Come
you
on at
watched it?
3:30. No, they come on at 3:30.
Oh yeah, I better let you go then. You got 15 minutes. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go for now. We might come back later. We'll let you know. But thank y'all for coming and spending a little time with us on a Saturday afternoon. Y'all have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye.
All right,
All right.
y'all.
Bye, Montana.